I'm revealing my top 5 coins that I believe will give you a minimum of 5x over the next 1 to 2 months, and I'm showing you exactly where I will be buying. Everyone is terrified in the market right now. Everyone is calling for a bear market and calling for a collapse, but the charts are telling me a different story. This is no hype, this is no moon talk. It's just based on ICT based analysis and real price action. Before I get into the breakdown, these are not random picks. These are coins that are showing clearest liquidity setups, strongest high time frame structures, and the best risk to reward to enter into the market. Now, looking at XRP first, and the reason why I'll show you XRP is it's a key lesson. When we had this consolidation down here, no one was willing to buy. Why? We were in extreme fear. People were confused. They had doubts in the market. However, when we started to move up, people decided to buy. Now, although they did return some profits, let's just say they caught the move at the midpoint of this candlestick to the highs, it returned only a 1.7x. However, if they bought from the Pico bottoms to the top, it returned a 7x. So look at the difference in the return. Now, the point I'm trying to make down here is don't buy coins that have already had the bull cycle. For example, Solana, it's already had its move to the upside. You can see the move that it's had to the upside. Of course, there is a lot more room for Solana to move to the upside, but I'm talking purely risk to reward. You don't want to buy something where the chart looks like this. Now, getting into my first coin, Algo, I've mentioned this before. On the monthly time frame, what we can see is this is by no means in a bull cycle right now. If Algo was around these areas, it will be a completely different story. Now, we are at the bottom of pretty much all-time lows. This is a great time to buy Algo. Targets are around, let's just call it a simple just $1. You've already achieved a 5x on this. Now, based on my targets, I'm looking at how Ethereum total market cap and also BTC will react from key levels. But for this, I'm looking at a minimum of $1.5, so around this region, and that gives you an 8x. I'm not going to go into the analysis of what I can see in the charts right now. This is purely just based on the coins that I'm suggesting to you. My second coin, only one, known as like. This is a great coin to buy based on where we are. You can see from the charts right now, things are looking really, really good. We're looking like we're going to bubble and then just pop to the upside, similarly to what we had down here. Now, in terms of projections for this, I actually don't know if we take out the highs down here, but we may even just get a fib rejection. So if I just put on my tool and go from here, that's a 40x, 4,300%, just at the 61.8. And then if you go slightly above 5,500%, you're not going to be making those returns on Solana, on XRP, on Ethereum. So these are the type of coins you want to look at. You want to see on the charts, on the monthly, on the weekly time frame, you want it to look like this. Look like it's at all-time lows. I created some previous videos where I explain specifically what I look at in the coins itself, the use case of it, to understand more about the coin. So if go check that video out. Now, the third coin is Virtuals. I mentioned this in the past. Virtuals is a great coin, and also anything within the ecosystem is also a great coin. Before we had this move to the downside, I said to you guys, Virtuals is at a cheap price to buy if it goes below $1. And we are almost below $1 right now. I truly believe that we may even get lower than $1. Let's do a bit of analysis on this, in fact. So I feel like Virtuals has a possibility, number one, of coming all the way back down, filling this wick down here. Now, if you haven't got any exposure, I would not wait until it gets to the bottom. In fact, I would put in some of my position at least at the base of this candle at the 61.8 level, which is 0.90 cents. So that's the first position to look at on virtuals. Now, if we do drop lower, let's see the type of drawdown, and this is known as good drawdown. I mean, you'll be in a 30% drawdown. It's not bad at all compared to someone who's bought down here, which is in a almost 70% drawdown. Look at the difference. So much more better to be in this drawdown, which is good drawdown, and buy around these regions again to look for the upside. Now, in terms of targets, I'm looking for virtuals to achieve a minimum of $5 down here. So if we buy just below $1, let's just call it 0.9, and we wait until $5, that's going to give us around a 5x. Like, that is a very, very good opportunity for you guys. Now, I would begin to open some positions on spot buys on virtuals. Now, this is another coin game. This coin is within the virtuals ecosystem. And in fact, I bought at the base of this and I already achieved a 8x on this coin. And I'm holding this coin for a while. I was already up 8%. It's come back down. But in fact, what I want to see is virtuals move up to at least $4 to $5. And I will look at where game is and I will look to close my position depending on what virtuals does. Now, in terms of this coin and where you should be buying, I wouldn't recommend buying just yet. I want to see a move slightly lower. So we have a fair value gap down here. We have a order block down here. And then we also have a fib from the lows to the highs. So I want to see price come in and maybe come into the midpoint of this fair value gap. So around the regions of 0.022. Looking around there, I think that would be a great place to buy game. Now, last but not least is CRV. If I go on the monthly time frame and if I completely zoom out on this, I mean, this coin is looking pretty good because this has a lot of room. And if we were to buy just where we are right now and look at the local highs, that's 1,500% return already. Now, look at where we are. We are at the all-time lows pretty much. If we can get a sweep of this range down here, I think it would be a good opportunity for you guys to buy. So keep an eye on that. I mean, there are some other coins such as DOT. You can also buy sand as well. Look at the charts. They look fantastic. We have a good opportunity on all of these type of coins. Now, if you like these types of videos, I trade the ICT strategy using crypto. I look at liquidity, I look at market structure, I also look at the coins specifically and look at where they are. I've got 7 years of experience in trading crypto, leverage trading, and also spot buying. I offer one-to-one mentorship, so please reach out if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video.